Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today it's day 69, so you already know what to do. But jokes aside, just another video. Um, Today I think I want to talk about free will and destiny. I think a lot of people rub their heads against the wall, against the palm of their hands, and whatever inanimate object or object they rub their heads against. One of the thing about free will versus destiny is there's a huge number of people that do this, right? The number of people is very vast. Now, the reality is, right, like free will versus destiny. People like to see the people that are doing well, or the people that have reached a certain level with hard work and whatnot. They like to believe it was all free will and they did it themselves, right? Whereas a lot of people will, but there's a lot of other people that will believe it was all predestined for them, as in they were meant to be in that position. What do I believe? I believe destiny always manifests itself in the form of free will. And free will is predestined because you are born with a set of experiences in a specific household with a specific mentality which shapes up all the actions you take due to free will, what we call free will, but that in turn takes you to your destiny. You're not really creating destiny, but your destiny is superimposed onto your characteristics, or the path to destiny is superimposed on your actions that are based off of the emotions you feel, which are predestined, if that makes sense. So everything is sort of a circle where the actions you take unknowingly might be an action that is something that is directly correlated to you obtaining or reaching your destiny. Now, obviously, there's counter arguments where no destiny, like, how can you believe in something that you can't see or in the future? That in that case, then everything can be attested to destiny, and that's the whole point. Destiny is in an abstract way where you're meant to end up. Where you're meant to end up, you don't know. No one knows. Only time tells. Time is constant, it will keep going. So as time progresses, you're going to reach wherever you're meant to reach. And that's just the way it is, right? There's no need to overthink it, I would say. This is the last thing I think people need to overthink. I think a lot of people spend time worrying about fate, destiny, and free will, but they forget to understand that time is constantly moving, so they should keep moving forward, and wherever they end up, they should just understand that's where they were meant to end up. Because it's easier said than done. When you say it for someone whose life is going amazing, that's a great thing. But for someone who's having a shit life where they're constantly in pain or are being tortured, you could ask yourself, well, how the hell is this something good, right? But the reality is that's the whole point of life. Like, you will never know where you'll end up, but wherever you end up, that's where you're meant to end up. Even it's like, no, but I don't want to. Like, you could say no, but I don't want to end up in a shitty position. But that's the thing, right? It's like you'll end up in a shitty position. It's due to the actions you took. It's always due to the actions you take. But one can say that the actions that you took were motivated or instigated through a set of emotions that you were predisposed to at birth, or through a set of experiences that were completely unique to your own life. So one can also then completely say that all the free will is just a form of like destiny, where destiny and free will go hand in hand. So no matter what action you take, you're always going to end up where you're meant to end up, whether it's good or bad. That's dependent on your fate. And all of it is just one big circle where destiny and free will and fate are all connected, intertwined. They all work in tandem. So that's a pretty interesting topic, I think, for me whenever I think about it. Like I said, some people have a hard time accepting it because they like to believe that they have the power to control everything. Um, you have the power to control your own actions, but can you confidently say that the emotion that you're feeling right now is something that is manifested, or rather, it's created by you yourself, or is that something that was formed due to certain experiences, certain household instances, based off of where you're located, where you were born? could you confidently say you created these emotions, or were these emotions just something that was created due to the nature of your upbringing and certain instances like here and there? And if and when you truly think about it, that's when you realize like nothing was ever in your hands to begin with. And the same goes for every animal out there, like a monkey and like a lion. They're like consciousness is always within them. They just don't know. They don't know. But the reason why lion and monkeys and all these different animals stick to a specific narrative is because they don't think very abstractly, in the sense where they're not asking themselves the destiny or free will. They don't care. They're just moving in one direction, which then leads them to wherever they need to go. But for example, as humans, we have a consciousness that's more, I guess, more conscious than the average consciousness, right? Like the average animal consciousness. Meaning we actually understand, we think why certain things a certain type of way. As a result, it makes it that much harder for us to walk in the path that's meant for us, because we then try to superimpose our own will into it, not a free will, but we try to superimpose our own desire of controlling our own life. Whereas if from birth you cannot control where you're born, how can you then argue, or how can you say I'm in control of everything? Because if you truly are in control of everything, then shouldn't you have the ability to decide where you're born, what gender you're born, what household you're born, the average income of the household, certain characters like that, like ethnicity, height, your genetic buildup. You can't control anything. You can't control your looks either. That's exactly the point I'm trying to say, is that even the free will that you think is free will, it's just a concoction of different emotions that you've built over the years through predisposition to your environment, which is all given to you by, call it fate. If you're religious, you say God, or you could just say through random chance. But then that would argue everything is a byproduct of random chance. I hope this video helps. I just want to stop it there because I don't want to make it too long. But yeah, it's an interesting topic. I always find it interesting to talk about it. But I don't know if someone watched it or will watch this or is going to look at it. But if someone does, I hope this video didn't confuse anyone or offend anyone or anything like that. Like that, at the end of the day, I can't control what everyone thinks, right? But I mean, look, if it does help, great. If you think otherwise, great as well. It's not like anything that someone else believes will change my life in any sort of way, right? Again, I'm walking my own path. So yeah, I hope this helps. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.